Live only on DAZN. He silenced Britain's best. Usyk, the Brit breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot at Undisputed. Usyk versus Dubois 2. July 19th. Right now at DAZN.com/boxing.
So we had the first face-off today for Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk 2. The first face-off of fight week. Yeah. Right. So let's just look at what's happened at Usyk face-offs before. Alright? When I say look, we're going to talk about what's happened at Usyk face-offs before. Seen Anthony Joshua try and outstare Alexander Usyk. Didn't work. Didn't do anything, although he did perform better that night. We've seen Tyson Fury try and shout at Alexander Usyk, say this, that, and the other, look away very quickly in the first fight, all the while Usyk is locked in on him. Doing well in the fight night. We've seen him have that very bizarre stare-off with Alexander Usyk that went for how long? Nearly 10 minutes? It was a long time in the rematch, and ultimately Fury was trying to outstare Alexander Usyk, kept the same way with AJ, locked on him. They let him go. Again, it went for would have been nearly 10 minutes, certainly over 5. Towards the end of it, Fury started insulting him, calling him rabbit, this, that, and the other, and, saying all these things and this, that, and the other, right? Didn't have any bearing on the fight, right? Straight off the bat, Daniel Dubois is looking face-to-face with Alexander Usyk, and straight away he's giving it the you-know-what. Now, Daniel Dubois, I remember against AJ in the face-off, the original one, he had that moment where, he was saying, let's go now, and this, that, and the other. Against Jarrell Miller, we all remember the big baby. Every baby's got a daddy. That was brilliant. That was perfect. It didn't even matter that Jarrell Miller was returning fire and saying this, that, and the other. It was just, Dubois was just like, I said it to the bully. It was phenomenal. Like, I'll never, that was brilliant. All right, we love that one. That's right up there. But I can't remember the last time. I can't remember Daniel Dubois doing that before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe he did it against AJ, I'm not sure. But obviously that's not really going to pay him any dividends come fight night. And to be honest, right, I think with Alexander Usyk, although it is interesting, you're seeing a little bit of grey there. You see it? I don't remember Usyk having grey hair before, and I've been watching Usyk for a while, I don't recall seeing that. You see a little bit of greys coming out on the side. I'm just looking at the picture here. I don't think this to me is going to backfire spectacularly for Daniel Dubois. And Don Charles was in there saying stuff as well. You can see him in the background, you can see him mounting stuff to Alexander Usyk again. All this to me, it's been done before against Alexander Usyk. It's been done before, and if anything, I would say this is probably the wrong thing to do against Alexander Usyk. We've seen, even going back to the Marco Huck fight back in the day, I think there was a bit of needle between those two guys, and look at the beating he gave on Marco Huck that night in Germany. Alexander Usyk is just one of these characters who is just, honestly, it's quite phenomenal. It really is when you look at him and you just see a guy who is just in that zone constantly. There's nothing that you can really say or do to him that's going to take him out of that zone. Certainly, I've never seen it. And you've had fighters shout blue murder to him, Tyson Fury, and insults, this, that, and the other. You've seen fighters be respectful to him. And at the end of the day, you just get that same stoic, locked on, looking straight through your demeanour. It really is phenomenal. But I think the problem that Dubois, by doing this, and they've been doing this for a while now, I mean, as I said in the pre-fight video, it goes back to Dubois taking the microphone off Ade when Ade was interviewing Alexander Usyk post-Fury, and that was in the ring. And he was talking about missing his son's, I think, karate tournament or something like that. You've gone and you've just woke up the bear. You've gone and you've not gone and just woke him up, but you're constantly prodding at him. Ain't liking that. And the more we get to this fight, the closer we get, the more confident I am that Alexander Usyk wins this fight. I know a lot of people are, like, they're going with Dubois, and I do see that. And I must do a poll in the community tab. Be interesting to see what way most subscribers are going for it. But for me, it's really, really, the closer we get, the more I just have a feeling that Alexander Usyk takes this fight again. And I don't know, man. At one stage, I was very, not 50-50. No, I've never been 50-50 about this. I've always fancied Usyk. But I did feel Dubois was in it. The more we're getting closer to this fight and the things we're seeing from Dubois straight away, you up at Usyk's face, you've done Charles, and again, it even goes back to the press conference, the original one they did. It's interesting though, isn't it, that we never got a, like when we got the Fury, where it's like, Ade in the middle, the two guys having a face-off. It's interesting we never got that for this one. It's just strange. It would have been interesting. Maybe it wouldn't actually. It wouldn't have been. It would have Usyk, I think he speaks better English than he lets on, and then Dubois yeah. So that would have been an interesting face-off. But I think this may actually come back to bite Danny Dubois in the you-know-what. I really do. Is he trying to fire himself up? Does he need any more fire in his belly? Really? For me, this is all... I think the best way to approach this fight is to try and not ruffle feathers. Let your punches do the talking on Saturday night, rather than trying to get in Usyk's face, trying to rough him up the wrong way. Because Usyk has been there, seen it and done it. He's been there, seen it and done it. He's had guys go up into his face, bigger guys than Danny Dubois, Tyson Fury, etc. And nothing has affected this guy. I mean, literally nothing has. It's weird seeing it without Alex Krasov going into this fight, but literally nothing affected him. And a lot of people are talking about in this Seconds Out video, it was a Seconds Out one where I seen it, a lot of people were talking about once the fighters they're face to face, and once they get separated anyway, they weren't like any aggravation or anything like that, but once it's there, Dubois kind of elbows, just like that, elbow, get out of the way, to Don Charles. And yeah, it looked a little bit on the strange side to me, but I'm not going to read too much into that. I don't think that, I don't know, I mean, maybe Don Charles was just in the way, and that's Daniel Dubois' way of just, the hell, just get out of my way, kind of that way, I don't know, I don't read too much into that. But when I look at what he was doing in here with Alexander Usyk, the shouting in his face, the this, that, and the other, and if he carries on doing that, I mean, Alexander Usyk, you would say at this point training camp is done, there's not much else, but believe you me, I'm sure Alexander Usyk, any little bit more motivation even this week, God only knows what he'll do this week. He's the sort of guy where he'd go for a 5-mile run just to be, just because, that's because he likes to do. So I think with Dubois, this whole tactic of trying to antagonize Usyk, trying to be almost a bully in there, and maybe he's trying to channel that into his own fighting style, because Dubois, he can box on the outside, he certainly can. He can throw the short punches up close as well when he needs to. He can let a lot of shots go, he can set a good pace, he can try and ragdoll you. All things he didn't really do in the first fight apart from the long-range boxing. Maybe he's trying to channel that inner bully in himself to be able to say, right, look, I'm not trying to... He obviously is trying to make Alexander Usyk mad, but I'm trying to get this kind of aggressive, roughhouse kind of in me so I can bring it into the ring on fight night, because, quite frankly, a lot of people believe that's the only way you beat Alexander Usyk. You got to just bully him around the ring, make him work at a pace that he's not comfy with, and try and dictate the pace. Because once you let Usyk dictate the pace of a fight, that's it, you're done, it's finished, it's done, see it, you're gone, you're not winning. You let Usyk dictate the pace, that's it, it's done. You stick a fork in him, So, yeah, that's my thoughts on this. It's going to be interesting to see the press conference on Thursday. I would absolutely love to get up to that press conference. It's in flipping Wembley, which is an hour away. And I just can't get to it. I would love to. But hopefully we should be doing that AMG Man tomorrow. Well, today, when this video is uploaded. It's nearly 10:30 on a Tuesday night. Hopefully we get AMG Man on Wednesday. And yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to. I'm buzzing for this fight, I really am. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.